about myself. This was about you. So
Denise, I don't think it was ill intent, but I definitely think it.
I'm praying for Denice because I don't know if seeing it on camera is gonna work.
Mm.
I think that she really truly needs to go to counseling for um and here's the thing. I could imagine, because I can't put myself in an abusive relationship. I can imagine that it was difficult, but I really would like her counseling. And I'm saying this truly from the heart, to almost not even discuss that. Talk about her and deficiencies prior to that relationship, and possibly, even though I think I heard her say, I hope I'm not making this up, that her parents like have a happy loving marriage and they've been married for a long time.
Mm.
But what maybe even in that union, what are some of the holes missing? Because I
Mm.
think that her parents are quite successful. I don't know why I remember hearing this, but I feel like I do. And what maybe, while they were successful and been together all these years, maybe what wasn't poured into her. I just really want her to go deep with someone to take it back before the abusive relationship, because I just see a void, and I understand that we all have voids. But I think that yeah, I'm just not sure that she's doing it all. I understand this is from a very narrow lens and it's a TV show, but I don't really feel like, just from the beginning, honestly, when I think about her conversation with Rashid and the whole my college, your college, um guys generally, I know we don't really want to generalize, but are more inclined to the competitive and sports side. Yes,
Mm.
women are too, but she was, even while it
Trying to
was
compete with
playful,
him.
defensive then. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's just, I mean, it's just oozing out of her. And I'm like, and so then when I see her do this play at like this soft role, I don't even know if that is the real, or if
Her.
she throws that in sometimes because it makes my harsh words and my snappy behavior kind of seem it's that's the cute part of it. I think honestly the whole of her is very just always defensive, always this, always kind of defending herself. But I don't know why she feels like she always has to, and I would want her to maybe work through that. Why does she always feel like she has to defend herself? Yeah, it's strange to me. I know it's a show and we don't know these people from Adam, but what she's giving me, oh, it's hard. It's
I mean,
hard.
I know it's a show, but I think that's a cop out.
Yeah, I,
I'll be
I
honest with
I
you.
tried to be nice by saying that.
I know, but I just suddenly think it's a cop out. And I'm gonna say this because what you are naturally inclined to do is what the camera's going to pick up. So, for instance, if you're not naturally an argumentative person, the camera is not going to pick up your arguments as often because they're trying to form a story of what you're like. You understand? So
Yeah.
I know that the camera exaggerates in some parts, right? Some people get a more badder rep, yeah. But when people are doing and saying certain things, the camera's not lying. It's only showing you what you did. You know what I mean? Like if you have like for instance, Brian came on the show, said obviously for his job he listens, and then we found out, bro, yeah, but on the show they showed you not listening to old girl, and then on the reunion, Alex was like, yeah, when I was telling my DV story, he was laughing. I was like, so you want to tell me a different narrative? You see, so the narratives that we're seeing oftentimes aren't that wrong. I mean, you can feign it, but I think the truth of your nature begins to come out because it's almost like when we used to watch Big Brother. You start off being a certain way. Give it, give it a few weeks. They have got you in the first week or so because you are there for 24 hours. They got cameras on you all the time. So your behavior, and remember as well, guys, before you went on the show, they do extensive questionnaires. They do personality tests. They talk about scenarios, how you're going to behave. So they already know who you are. They just need to trigger you in the right way to get out certain things. Do you know what I mean? Like, so then when the whole thing of the camera, the production did this, I'm like looking at you like, but then they knew you would react because they knew to choose you. That's why Jesus is a powerful person. Jesus said, listen, the prince of this world cometh, but he has nothing in me. What does he mean? You can't press my button, sir, because there's nothing that you have that I need. I can't be pressed, bro. And it's the exact same thing. If you're not pressed in a certain area, it won't get you. You know what I mean? They're only getting people because there are certain things that you naturally give off. You know what I mean? So, so even when we're talking about Denise's situation, I mean, I don't know her full extent of, you know, without saying too much, outside of the show, I sensed a certain energy, and I had to go. Let me just distance myself, because when someone lacks accountability, when they lack the ability to be self-aware, when they refuse to say sorry, from what I've encountered, when you meet people like that, it's only a matter of time before you get done the same thing too. And then you'll be asking the same question, why didn't you take accountability? Well, she showed you that from the beginning. Why did you pretend as if you didn't see that from the beginning? It's almost like, so sometimes we think we're special. I'm not trying to be special. You showed me that already. I don't need to pretend as if. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then I think certain people, they do, I don't want to talk too much, but they do certain things and you look at it and you go, yeah, so the TV was right. You know, like when you're asking certain things, I'm looking at you like, sis, but you're asking me for this. And I'm like, that can't be done. You know what I mean? So let me say it, because I don't want to, because otherwise it just acts like I'm saying in circles. The situation, after I had interviewed her, we were really, really cool. And then when I did another video where it was a review and it wasn't favorable, I got a message saying, why are you not protecting me? And I was like, sorry, why am I not protecting you? Darling, I'm here to do reviews. And so when I saw that, I said, this is the energy that will be scary, because before you know it, you're in a situation, you're manipulated. And I know, and the reason why I'm saying this to people is because when we're talking about manipulation tactics, it doesn't start off. It's like sin. It doesn't start off bang in your face. It starts off small. It's these little blocks, little by little. Before you know it, the person has a vice grip on you. And so before you know it, you're in a place and you're asking yourself, how did I get here? How did I end up with this man? How did I end up with this girl? And I'm trying to get you to understand, it doesn't start off bang in your face. So if you sense it, similar to a winter situation, you sense it, you run. You don't give it a chance. You know what I'm saying? The Bible says, flee from all the appearances of evil. As soon as you see that something could be, you have to go the other way, because you don't want to give it chance to begin to grow. You know what I mean? Like the dragon was at the end. You notice that's in Revelation, and the serpent started at the beginning. It grows. It doesn't start off big. It starts off small and it grows. So I just want people to understand that, like, when you're dealing with people like this, you may think you are the special one who is going to change them. You are not. You will become a victim. You may think you can Bob the Builder them and you can build them up. You're going to have a problem. Every time we think we're special, more significant to outdo that person or change that person because we have a level of agency, you will find out you will be another victim. So I don't want anyone to make an excuse for them, because we're also here to blame. If we end up trying to fix the person and you don't have the skills, I don't have the skills to fix her, you don't have the skills to fix her, let her go to therapy and fix herself.